Hello everyone, how are you doing? I am doing well. I went to my P.O. box and there was so much stuff there, so I figured I would open it for you as I promised I would. The first thing was a postcard, and hopefully you guys can see it okay. It says, "The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool," which is a William Shakespeare quote. This is from Joshua, and it says, "Just wanted to say that I genuinely appreciate all the work that you do for the Blizzard community. Additionally, please accept my sincerest condolences regarding the passing of your grandmother." Well, thank you so much. This was very sweet. Like, I'm not normally one who's like, oh, I need condolence cards and stuff, but it was really thoughtful that you took the time out to send a postcard, and I really appreciated that. I don't know who this is from because this is shipped from the company. Let's see. Oh, it's a dice. Oh my god, it's a bajillion-sided dice. 40, 50, once. This must be a 60? Do I say 60? I think it's a 60-sided dice. Sorry if my hands are dirty. I had some eyeliner issues this morning, but this is a 60-sided dice. We will add this to our nest, our dice nest, our dest, if you will. There was also another, here it is. There was another envelope, so let's open that. This is from Travis. And it looks like it got wet, so hopefully... Ow! Ow! Did I get a paper cut with cardboard? Ow! I did! That's exactly something that I would do. Ouch, that hurt. And inside of it is a card. Oh my gosh, this was a huge unnecessary envelope for a card, I'm just saying. That the mailman did not treat kindly, and it is also a condolence card. It says, "I'm sorry for your loss," or "I'm so sorry for your loss. No greeting card message can ever come close to expressing how it feels when you lose someone you love. So I'll just send this along with a word of friendship and caring, in trust and comfort and hope in this time." Well, thank you so much, guys. This is really, really sweet. This is super sweet. Thank you. I think that's empty. Ow, I freaking got a paper cut on that, though, with cardboard. Let me open this one box because it's different than the rest. The other ones are all from Amazon. Take out my trusty knife, which Intel sent me. They trust me with knives. Probably not the best idea on their part. What in the world? Alright, so these are chocolate chip cookies, and they're homemade. It says, "Nam's Bits, a special little story. These homemade cookies are loaded with love. For 30 years, Nammy made these delicious bits for 11 grandchildren for birthdays, holidays, or just because. A lot of love has been spread with Nam's treasures, and I think every family deserves a Nam, or at least her bits." I'm bleeding now. Ooh, I wonder how good those are. Oh, there's more. There's more. Alright, I'm going to open this in a second. There's another thing of cookies, and these ones are cupcake flavored. Oh my god. I do accept cookies from strangers. I don't know who they're from, though. Aw, there's no card or anything. It doesn't say. And then there's also Bird's Famous Cookies, and these are key lime coolers. I feel like I have something in my eye. I hope I got it. These are key lime coolers. Oh my gosh. Okay, open these. I would like to try these cookies, please. Let's see, these are the cupcake ones. Oh, those are good. Oh, those are good. I probably don't need those on my desk. Thank you for the cookies. Even though I have no idea who sent them, because there was no card. I really appreciate it. Next one is an Amazon one, so I don't know who this is from either, so hopefully there's like a message in it. My thumb hurts from where I got that freaking paper cut. Oh, and we got, these are Warcraft. I actually have a whole set of Warcraft movie pops. But these are Warcraft movie pops. We have Garona, and we have Duratan. I just rearranged my pops last night, too, so that they were more, like, prominently featured. What else do we have? Nick has a Duratan. He doesn't have a Garona. That's okay. We can find somewhere to put an additional Duratan. The world needs more Duratans, let's be honest. All right. What is in here? What is this? Is this Darth Vader apron? There's no message in this one either. I don't know who sent these. That's exactly what this is, though. This is a Darth Vader apron. See? Very cool. Nick will really like this. Nick cooks a lot, and he always wears aprons when he cooks, as to not ruin his clothing. And we have one last box. I don't know who any of this stuff is from. I'm so bummed that there's no gift message in here. This is just a packing slip, right? Yeah, this is just a oh, the cookies were from Travis. Thank you, Travis, for the cookies. Thank you so much. I still don't know who the Amazon stuff is from, though. Oh, this is cool. This is a Star Wars talking pizza cutter, so it looks like a lightsaber. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's Nick is going to have way too much fun with that. Well, thank you so much. I wish I knew. Ah! Oh my gosh. I kind of think some of this stuff is from Michael Chase. Just a feeling that I have, but I'm not 100% positive. But thank you so, so much. Let me put these right here. I'll put those right there. And I'm assuming this stuff is for Nick. It looks like it's for Nick. So that was what was in my P.O. box. I'm glad that I went and got it and didn't sit there too long because I'm sure the people at the post office were over how much stuff was there because it was a lot. Oh, I freaking cut my hand. What else is going on in my life? I have a lot of filming to do. I'm super busy because I'm working Comic-Con in San Diego this year for the first time ever. So I really want to have all of the World of Warcraft Legion class change videos up before I leave for Comic-Con because otherwise I think I'll miss the pre-patch. I don't think it'll be out before then, but it could be. So I gotta get all those done. I've got Hunters like mostly written, but I have to finish it. And then I have like Druids and Death Knights are already done. And then I have like 9 more to do. I have so many. And I also want to do more Overwatch videos because my last Overwatch video did like really, really well. So I wrote up a video that I'm going to be filming today that is like a theory that Mercy is actually like a villain, but not like an evil, maniacal kind of villain. Like I think that in every situation in life when there is a conflict, that both sides probably think they're right. I don't think that one side is really like evil. There's like some sort of reasoning behind why they're doing what they're doing, even if it doesn't make sense to the other side. And even if it is like morally wrong, I like to think that everybody does truly think that they are doing the right thing, even if it's horrible. So my whole theory rests on that Mercy is kind of trying to do the right thing, but isn't going about it in the right way, and I have a bunch of evidence to back up that she's not, like, maybe a good guy. So I'm excited to film that video. And then also, this isn't video related, but so the other day I was super creeped out, and this has been happening, like, kind of often. Not often as in, like, every day, but it's been happening often enough to be concerning, where I will be just, like, talking in conversation about, like, really random stuff, and then all of a sudden ads will start popping up on my Facebook and my Amazon for those things. Like, I was talking to Nick about how the lady across the street has Alzheimer's, and she, like, forgets things, and I started getting ads for like Alzheimer's medication. But it wasn't even on the phone. It was like a conversation I had with him like in person. And there was another time I like went into like Rite Aid or Walgreens or whatever, and I bought biotin vitamins for like your hair and your nails. And I didn't pay for them with a credit card. I paid for them with cash. I didn't even I didn't text anybody. I didn't and all of a sudden I was getting ads for biotin. And then when I got back from the first trip of stuff I got from my grandma's house, I got her like thimble collection. I was going through them, and one of them was from like Six Flags Darien Lake. And I was talking about how I was pretty sure that I had gotten her the Darien Lake thimble because I used to go there all the time when I was younger, but there wasn't a date on it, and I hadn't been there in years. And then I also was like still unpacking stuff, and she had some really old Shakespeare books. They were like originally printed in like 1870. They're very, very old books. And our whole living room is sort of steampunk themed, so they go really nicely in our living room. And I was saying to Nick, like, we don't have any bookends. We should get some really cool, like, industrial style bookends to like hold them up. And when I went back to my computer that night, I had ads for Darien Lake and industrial bookends, and I was super creeped out. So I ended up going through my whole phone and figuring out how to make that stop. So if you've ever done that, if you've ever had a conversation with your phone in the vicinity and then all of a sudden you got ads based on the things that you were talking about in conversation, it is not a Facebook or Amazon setting. It's actually an app setting in your phone. So if you go to your phone and you go to like settings, you'll come up a menu that's sort of like this, and it is under, hold on, applications, just right there. And then you have to go to your application manager. Oops. Then you have to go to your application manager and you have to scroll. Oh my God, it's taking like 10 years to load. I'm sorry. I need a new phone. Okay, there we go. So you have to go to whatever application it is. We'll just use Facebook for an example. You go to like Facebook or whatever app that is giving you those ads, and you have to go to permissions and manually take it off, like phone, microphone, all of that, and it'll stop. So if you've had that happen to you ever, it's actually in the application settings of your phone. And it's very, oh, could you not? It's very creepy, and I didn't like it at all, and it was very invasive. So I was glad I was able to find some sort of at least, I know, I'm not even like it's not even like, oh, Big Brother is listening, and it's not even like that. It just feels really like invasive to advertise to you in that way. It feels, it's not about like, oh, I'm concerned that the government is listening to me and just like I understand that when I search things on the internet is going to use those search results to determine like what I might want to buy and try to advertise to me more effectively. Same thing with YouTube or when you purchase things on Amazon. I get that. But to be having like a private conversation, not on the computer, not in a search engine, and having them like pick up keywords to advertise to you just seems like too far for me. So if you've ever wanted to turn that off, that's how you do it. I know when I first looked it up, everybody was saying it was Google Now, but I actually had Google Now disabled. So it was the microphone permissions in the individual apps that needed to be disabled. What else is going on in my life? I have super frustrating copyright things going on right now. I made a video about Overwatch that was talking about Sombra and Farah's mother, Ana Amare, and talking about how I thought they were two different people, and then presenting evidence of why Sombra could be someone who is not Ana Amare. And the video is doing super well. A lot of people are really interested in the theory, which I'm not claiming to have come up with on my own. It's I saw it from Ann Stickney from Blizzard Watch, who I credited in the video, and I'm sure it was on other places on the internet. But anyways, people were really enjoying the theory, and it wasn't something I guess that had been talked about a lot, so it's getting like a ton of views. And it got copyright flagged when it was at like 27,000 views by Blizzard, which I'm pretty sure it was just an auto flag, like, you know, we recognized that this content was whatever. So I filed a dispute, and I emailed the guy at Blizzard who was supposed to have whitelisted my channel, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and it's now been like 4 days, I think, and it's still not, because when you have a copyright dispute, it makes the video ineligible for monetization, which I know that the comments are going to be flooded right now. Oh no, they changed the system. No, they announced that they were changing the system. The way the system is going to work at some point in the future is that when there's a copyright dispute, ads will still play and the money will go into like a holding account, and then once the copyright dispute is settled, whoever wins the dispute will get that money that was in holding. Right now, currently, that change has not been implemented, so no ads. Their videos that are under copyright dispute are completely ineligible to have any sort of advertisements or monetization on it. And as of right now, the video is at like 350,000-ish views and hasn't had a single ad play on it since it was at like 25,000 views. So I've had 325,000 views worth of monetization. Like, I mean, for lack of better words, it's not even like stolen. It's just like refused, I guess. I don't know. It's super frustrating because when I do sponsored videos or I do things like I talk about Loot Crate or whatever, people are so testy about like YouTubers making money other than actual ad revenue. And like, here's a perfect example of I worked really hard and I made a video and I was really proud of the video and it was doing really well, and I just didn't get paid a penny for it. Like 25,000 views, I will probably you get paid for about a third of your views because of things like ad block and syndication to countries that maybe don't support the same advertisements that your network does. So you only get paid for about 1 in 3 views. So let's just round it up to 30,000, even though I know it was at like 25 or 27. If it was 30,000, that means I only got paid for 10,000. Average monetization is like $2 to $3 per 1,000 monetized views. So I would have made like $20 or $30. But the thing is, like, it got legitimately 10 times more views than that. Like, it should have been like $200 or $300 or more, depending on how, you know, the market is for advertisements right now, which I can't even see because I can't monetize that video. And I'm not like complaining about money, because it's not really like, oh, I'm so broke and I'm like hard up for money. It's just, it's super frustrating, because if it were up to me, I would love to just make the content that I want to make and get paid for advertisements and then go on with my life. But this is the second time this month that I had a really, really popular video get copyright claimed that I could no longer monetize. The Warcraft movie interview video I did got like 100 and I don't want to say like 20, 30,000 views, and that was only live on my, like, with me receiving advertisements for it for like 30,000 of the 130, and then I've had the second one that's at like 350 right now, and I only got paid for like 25. And it's really frustrating because, well, I mean, I'm sure I don't need to explain why that's frustrating. It just very clearly is. So I emailed my network, and then my network apparently also wasn't in the loop. Like, I love my network. I have a great YouTube network, and this is the first time in my life I've ever said that. In the past, I was partnered with Machinima. I was also partnered with Maker, Polaris, the Game Station, whatever they're calling themselves now. I was very unhappy with both of those networks. I had issues a long time ago. Like, I don't know how long you guys have been in the YouTube scene, but a couple years ago there was like a big controversy involving Machinima because they had people in perpetuity contracts, which basically means it's a contract with no end date, which is not legal. They can't just have your soul forever. And when people started leaving, there was like issues with people getting paid, and like there was like 3 months straight where I didn't get paid. And at that time I was making okay money on YouTube. I mean, I was still working a full-time job, but I was almost like working 2 jobs essentially, because I was making almost as much on YouTube as I was on my job. So I was just very comfortable in life during that period of time. And they didn't pay me for like 3 months. And when I was like emailing back and forth about it, they were like, well, you shouldn't count on this as income. And I was like baffled, because what do you mean I shouldn't count on the money that I earned as income when it's an income amount of money? Like, what kind of is that? And then the perpetuity contract thing happened, and then when they sent everybody out new contracts because they were getting sued, they offered them like 3-year or 5-year or 7-year contracts depending on their how long they had been with Machinima and how loyal of a Machinima partner they were. And I was offered like a 3 or a 5-year contract, I don't remember, and I absolutely like refused to sign it because I was so upset about, like, why would I sign a contract with a company that's not paying me? And then they were like, oh, well, if you don't sign this contract, you're just with us, blah blah blah. And it's just this huge back and forth, and I ended up getting in an argument and with one of the people from Machinima on the phone, and they fired me essentially, which was what I wanted. So I don't know why that power play needed to take place, but it did. And after that, I went to the Game Station at the time, which then they were Polaris. They're all owned by Maker, and that was kind of a nightmare because they take a pretty good chunk of your revenue, and you know, the idea is that they're going to get you sponsorships, and they're going to help you go to cons, and they're going to help you network with other YouTubers, and the reason they're taking that money from you is so that they can invest it in helping your channel and you grow. And what was really happening is all the money that I was essentially forfeiting to them was getting funneled into their little like TV quality side projects that I was never invited to be a part of. And it was just really frustrating, like watching a good portion of my money be funneled into about 6 people. And like they paid for like 6 or 7 people to go to BlizzCon, and I wasn't one of them. None of them were like Blizzard YouTubers. That was very frustrating to me. There was like another con that I asked them if all they could do was get me passes, that I would pay for my travel and everything, and they said absolutely not. And then when I got to that con, I ended up like scalping tickets. I don't remember. But when I got to the con, they had sent like 24 employees from the network to the con. So not like YouTubers, not like just people who worked at this network were just being fully expensed to go to these cons, which makes no sense to me. Like what? So when my contract was up with them, I left and I went to Fullscreen, which is who I am with now. And I actually re-signed another contract with Fullscreen. I've been with them for going on 3 years, and I've been super happy with them the whole time. They take a much smaller portion of my money, but then they also get me more sponsorships. And when I do have issues with copyright stuff, they're wonderful, and they've always done their best to take care of things. But the reason I had said all of this is because I feel like YouTube was very deceptive. They came out with that announcement that they would be changing their copyright process, and I feel like the way it was worded made everybody who read it believe that it was going into effect like immediately. And it's been over a month and it still isn't in effect yet. And I don't think that that's something that they should have announced as this is coming in the future with no given date of when the future is. Because here's my network. They're like, wait, no, we can just get that money back for you. And I'm like, no, there is no money to get back from me. Like, it's not about like asking Blizzard to give me the ad revenue or getting it from some holding account on YouTube. Like, this is just 325,000 views so far that have straight up just not been monetized at all for no reason. And, like, I didn't do anything to actually break any copyright rules. Like, I'm supposed to be whitelisted with Blizzard. Like, I'm supposed to be allowed to use their clips because I have been doing this for years and I'm not using their clips to slander them in any way, shape, or form. And even if I was, that's still well within fair use. But YouTube's content flagging copyright system is very flawed. And it's really frustrating because I feel like people just really love to rag on YouTubers for doing sponsorships and for, you know, promoting products that they sell that they get commission on. Or, you know, maybe a lot of YouTubers will like turn to Twitch and do donations there, or tips, whatever you want to call them. And I've always really tried to maintain a level of integrity on YouTube that I'm not sure that I see other people maintaining. Like, when I do a sponsored video, I try to make sure it's a video that, or a game, it's almost always a game. Like, if I do a sponsored video for a game, I try to make sure that it's always a game that I am interested in, that I would play, and I would prefer if it was free to play, so that I'm not like asking my audience to like pay for anything. And I turn down so many sponsorships. And even with Loot Crate, like, I wouldn't promote Loot Crate if I didn't think it was an awesome product, and I wouldn't do it. And if it wasn't for those opportunities, I would not be able to do YouTube full time unless I was going to be like, you know, pawning off t-shirts on people, or on Twitch asking for donations, or doing a Patreon or something. There's just no way I could invest the amount of time that I invest in being a full-time YouTuber without those types of financial opportunities. And it's funny because in the comment section of my video, you'll see a lot of people that'll say like, oh, Blizzard shill, da da da, which, you know, is accusing me of like taking money from Blizzard, or all of my money comes from Blizzard or because of Blizzard. But those aren't even the videos I make money on. Like, this is a perfect example of, you know, I made this video that was very Blizzard related and straight up didn't make a penny on it, but I have to stay relevant in order to, you know, promote Loot Crate or whatever other sponsorships I have going on at the time. But it's not the Blizzard videos that I even make money off of. I could stop making Blizzard videos tomorrow and I would still make a pretty decent amount of money for a few months, but that's not the point. I don't know. I got off on a tangent. I've had a weird day. It's been a weird day, and I would like it to be over soon. So anyways, I have some filming to do. I'm going to go. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my hearts. Thank you for the stuff to my P.O. box. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.